So let's look at the basics of the dribble drive offense. Dribble drive offense, unlike a lot of offenses, as you can see, starts way far back behind the three-point line. The offense is based on the concept that it is really hard for somebody to defend the ball when the ball handler has a lot of court. All right. So in other words, there's very little help. Even if I assume there are defenders here. Yeah, let me erase the circle. Let's assume there's defenders here. They're way too far to help. Okay. So really, we're taking a guy one-on-one in the open court, and the thought being for the dribble drive offense that if we space everybody out as much as possible, we create a lot of room for people to drive, and we work our offense off of the drive. So, a couple basic things. As you can see, we've got two across here. We can call them the top or the guards. We've got two wings who start very deep, and once again, they start deep because we want all this space here. And then we've got a post who's generally going to start weak side from the ball. So, you can see he's there. If the ball came up here, he would start there, whatever. And that concept, again, helps us spread the floor, and it allows, let's say if this guy is going to drive all the way here, it means that defender's got to make a choice, and if he comes here, we've got an easy dish. Even if this guy misses the layup and it goes long, we've got an offensive rebound on the other side. So that's the post guy is always weak side to the ball. Another concept that you'll see here in the dribble drive offense. Whenever a guy does drive, so let's say he drives in, we have somebody that's filling behind him, and our corners will come up a little bit. Okay, this gives our ball handler a couple options. He's got the dish out, all right, and because he's got somebody trailing him as he goes in, if he does get stopped or can't go too far in, he's also got that guy to dish back to. Of course, as he drives in, he's collapsing the defense, presumably, and could have an easy shot here. So our wings come up a little bit as this guy goes farther in, and the opposite wing follows. And this is, even if you're not running a play or a pattern, just the general concept of dribble drive. We've got the center is weak side, our wings start low and then come up to be about even line with the ball, and the guy who's not driving on the top kind of fills in this way so that we've got the ability to dish out to him if need be. So let's look at, I think this is Memphis in this case running it, and you can see already how spread out everybody is. This is, of course, the ball handler. The other guy's even off the screen. He's back there. And then as you run it forward, you can see corner, and our post guy. And right now he's strong side, but he should come weak side. But you can see how spaced out everybody is and how much space there is for driving. And that's exactly what he does. He drives, he kicks. You see, remember we said the corners will come up. Our post is going weak side. And now he's got room to drive because we're so wide open. Here's another quick example. Look how spaced out. Again, we have 1, 2, and the other guys are already there, all the way down there in the corners, and our post guy's there. So a lot of space. And as he goes forward, he's coming up. They'll execute a quick dribble handoff. As he drives, remember, wings came up. And remember we talked about the other guy that fills in the back, the other wing that will fill in to the driver. So we have a kick back to him. And because he's filling in, he's already on the move. And so we just create a lot of movement using the space that we have. And here's another example. The ball was here. He's giving a handoff here. The pitch back to the guy behind him. They go back to their 2, 1, 2 in the post guy, so they're still in their position. Lots of space. He drives. Notice the wing comes up. Notice the post goes weak side. And in this case, they just have a lob to the post, because this is the post defender. He's come up to try to help this guy to stop the penetration, and they've left the post guy there, and that's why the post is always weak side. So with all that in mind, let's look at a basic continuity pattern that we can use as our base offense in the dribble drive, okay? We start with the idea that we're going to the ball is going to take it to a corner with a handoff, and then the ball is just going to replace. So you would come here, handoff here, all right? Let's look at that again. And of course that means the wing is going to come up a little bit as the ball gets a little bit closer. So as it comes here, we'll come here, we'll have a handoff. We like the handoff to be on the outside. We don't like it to be on the inside. It's going to be too hard with defenders, so it comes through this way. So the handoff. Once we get the handoff, he'll take the corner there. He will try to penetrate in. Now remember, opposite top always follows or fills. So he'll come this way. And if there's nothing, we'll just have a pitch to him. The guy who dribbled in is going to go all the way through if he has nothing, and we're back into our normal position with 2 on the outside and 2 wings, and we'll just run that again. So he'll come in this way. We have the handoff. He'll dribble in. He'll fill in here. If there's nothing, he'll dish back to him. He'll go all the way through, all the way up, and we'll do this again. He'll give to him. He'll try to get in here. Okay, if he can't, he'll give to him. He'll dish off all the way through, and we just run this over and over again. Now, you don't always have to run it to one side. So let's say that here, I'll start over for you. Let's say he comes here, we get the handoff, he comes in, all right. Let's say he dishes here. And of course, once the guy dribbles and dishes, he goes to opposite corner. So he'll go opposite corner. Of course, our post goes opposite. Okay, he can come right back here and give it to him. Give it to him on the handoff. And we're just running it on this side where he comes in here, and now we'll dish there. He'll go all the way through, we fill up, he'll come down here, give it here, he dishes in, he doesn't have anything, he comes all the way through, we fill in, and we just run that over and over again. So we can go back and forth either side. That's it, that's the whole pattern. So let's just kind of see it in motion. Slow motion, very slow. He'll come up here for the handoff. You'll see that one fill. I'm going to speed them up. The dish back, you'll see him go through here. He'll come up here. There's nothing, so we'll do the same thing again. He'll come up for the handoff. I'll come through here for the handoff, rather. There's the handoff. The top is filling. Nothing there, so we'll give it to the top. He goes all the way through. He comes up, so we maintain our spacing. We'll have another handoff here. This one's going to fill. Nothing here. Now I've demonstrated, let's say we have a kick out on the opposite side. So he'll kick out on the opposite side, and of course he'll go all the way through. And let's say this guard who has the ball now says, you know what, I want to run it to the other side. That's fine, so he just runs it to the other side. So we'll have a handoff coming here. And that top coming through. And I screwed up. I should have moved him over here. the center always weak side, so he should be here. I didn't do that in this diagram, but... And we're just running it on this side. Oop. And that's it. It's a very simple, basic pattern. Kick out, the fill. Notice, now I probably should have our spacing out a little bit more, but that's all right. You get the idea. Okay, here is, I'm not sure if it's a college or a high school team running it, but you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth guy's over there. Notice how far out they are from the three-point line. They are not standing like right here, like a normal offense, because this offense has to do with spacing. We want to create space between defenders. I mean, look how much space. There's only a little bit of space here because he's coming up, but look how much space there is here for this guy to drive. So he has the ball. You'll see the handoff. He'll hand it off here, and then he'll run to corner. And the guy who gets the handoff is going to try to dribble drive. Him, who used to be here, he's come this way to fill. He is just a relief guy, and he gets it. Okay. Now the guy who dribble drived, you'll see he goes back out to the wing, or to the corner. And now we're back into it where there's 2 on top, 2 below. So we'll have our handoff guy here, and he'll dribble it all the way in. And there it is. In this case, he dished off to the post guy, who, again, is on the weak side. And lastly, let's see it being run through by actual high school players. And that ends in a foul. Now, this is not run perfectly, but it's run good enough with the principles in mind that it works. So just very briefly, we have our 2 out, and then there's 2 wings. There's a post guy in there. And we'll have the handoff, and he'll go to corner. There's the handoff. This is the opposite guard, who will turn around and start to fill behind the guy driving in. We have the pitch out. Now he'll take this and try to drive it in, which is perfect. That's what we try to do in a dribble drive. And you'll notice he'll get there, and he doesn't like what he's got. Now he can't get it back out to the guy filling on top, so he's just going to dribble it out himself. That's okay. That's not a perfect run of the pattern, but that's fine because he kicks it out, and we're still in our 2 out, 2 here, 1 in the middle. There's good spacing. He's far enough behind the three-point line that we can just run this pattern again. And we do. And look, this is excellent spacing. We back it out because we want place to drive. And here we go again. Here, and he's going to go corner. Our ball dribbles in. There's somebody coming around out here to fill right behind the driver. Not a great pass. Another handoff, that's fine. He comes, he chooses to hand it off again. Again, this is not a perfect run of the pattern, but we're using basic concepts. We're handing it off, we're replacing, we're keeping wide spacing, and every time we hand off, we're trying to get inside. So here now, he's at the free throw line, so when he hands off, this guy's already at the three-point line. So now he could just turn that corner and penetrate. He doesn't like what he's got. Because we had a guy filling behind the guy driving, we just have another kick out. And now he gets in and gets fouled. Not a perfect run of the pattern, but because we filled on the outside anytime somebody drives in, And because we passed here handed off to corner, went here, okay, and we just followed inside, because we kept our spacing, we had 2 on the outside, 2 on the inside, and so on, it worked anyway. So those are the basics of the dribble drive offense. There's obviously a lot of things we can add to it, a lot of options, but this basic continuity and these basic concepts will make sure that this offense is always successful for you.